Hi, welcome to Quick Tips video with Dr. Angelique Millette. Thanks for joining me. Today's topic is a topic that I get a lot of questions about. It is all about weaning a toddler from a pacifier. And so a couple of things that I would recommend. The first thing is that you really want to look at the schedule. Schedule meaning, is the timing good for weaning from the pacifier? I would definitely not start a weaning program if you have a lot of travel coming up, like in the next few weeks. If there's a new baby that's due in the next few weeks, if your child is starting a new school program, or you have a nanny who's going to be leaving your family. Any big changes like that can make your child a little bit more clingy and anxious, and you want to avoid weaning a child from a comfort object like a pacifier during a time of a lot of change. So try to find a time when life is a little bit more predictable and the timing is good. Your child will respond more favorably. And you'll know from having worked with me in the past or attending one of my classes that I'm a really big proponent of getting kids ready for change. That instead of just starting a sleep program on a random night or making a feeding change or comfort item change, that instead of just doing it like that, I would prefer that we prep the child for it. I think that kids do a lot better with change. They're much like us, that they respond to change more favorably if they have a little bit of an opportunity to prepare for it. So a few things that I do to help even an early verbal or pre-verbal toddler prepare for weaning from the pacifiers, that we will write a bye-bye pacifier book. It's a lot of fun to do a project like this. You'll just take construction paper, printer paper, and you're going to write a little story explaining how pacifier is going bye-bye, but even if pacifier goes bye-bye, mommy or daddy isn't going bye-bye. And the deal there is that for a child, developmentally, they're trying to figure out how, if something they care about, like the pacifier, which is a comfort item or attachment item, and provides them security, if it goes away, what else is going to go away that they care about? And so it's a really simple way to say or to send a message to your child that even if the pacifier goes bye-bye, we're staying right here. We're right here for you. And so you can sort of make the script like that. The pacifier goes bye-bye, but mama stays. Pacifier goes bye-bye, daddy stays. And then you can draw some pictures of the pacifier. And then that would be a book that you read to your child. I would suggest reading it every day in the days or the week prior to getting rid of the pacifier. So again, it's like a little way to prep a child for getting ready for a big change. And you might notice that your child has some emotions about the book, which is great. That's what we're looking for. We want them to get some of those emotions out. And if they have some emotions about it, they might say, no, I want pacifier. No, no pacifier, no bye-bye. And that's your way of your child saying, hey, I understand what that book's about. I understand what's happening. And then you can acknowledge their feelings and say, oh, this is about pacifier going bye-bye. And then again, repeat for them. I'll be right here to help you. So you want to, again, the timing is really critical. I suggest starting on a Friday night. Read the book the week before. Make sure the timing is good for your child, that they're not going through a lot of changes. And then starting on a Friday night, you would just get rid of the pacifier and no longer use it. And for most kids, the book actually prepares them for it, so they don't have as many tears, if any tears at all, which is great. But for some kids, they do have tears about the pacifier going bye-bye. So what I would recommend you do is that when you get rid of it on that Friday night at bedtime, be a little bit more responsive to your child. That simply means that you're giving them a little back rub and comforting them and letting them know that they're safe and loved. And you might spend a couple extra minutes doing that, and then let them know you're going to get a glass of water, and then you'll be back in a few minutes to check on them. So it's a little bit of responding to them and then leaving for a few minutes, and responding to them and leaving for a few minutes. And if your child is particularly upset, then what I would recommend is you just stay with them at bedtime the first few nights to help them sleep. If they wake up at night, you can return and again stay with them to help them get back to sleep. And you would only do that for a night or two just to get them over the hump of the pacifier weaning. Once you've had 1 or 2 nights of no pacifier, then you can start to experiment with providing a little bit less help to your child to see if they're ready to accept a little bit less help from you, a little less responding, and then help them go to sleep without the pacifier and sleep through the night without it. When we get rid of the pacifier, I ask parents to remove all the pacifiers from the house. If you have a newborn or like a young one in the family that's using a pacifier and you're going to try to get rid of it for an older child, you're going to have to do a little bit of prep to let them know we're going to keep the pacifier for the baby, but we're going to get rid of yours. Sometimes it helps to have a reward or a gift available. Sometimes the reward is just a family outing, a fun way to celebrate the pacifier going bye-bye. Sometimes parents use a little gift reward, something special that the child wants or has been asking for, and that's fine to do. And then the last thing that I'll say is that for a few kids, they're just not ready to say goodbye to the pacifier yet. You'll know that's the case because a couple weeks later, they're still having a lot of demands for the pacifier. It's really upset their sleeping pattern. They're really insecure. I would recommend introducing the pacifier again, give them a few more weeks, a few more months with it, and then try it again. So that's a quick tip video. I have more information available. So check back and be sure to check out the article that we have available this month talking about speech and language development with our featured practitioner. Thanks so much.